Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. We're going to take a quick look here at Fetch.AI, see what's going on. We're going to quickly double check some volume on the back end here with liquidation, kind of see where we're at. And if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you can just like, subscribe, and follow if you haven't yet already. Now what we're going to look at here with FET is a few things first and foremost. The easy levels to understand. We got this $2 concentration and this $3 concentration of liquidation, both the upside and the downside. So it's pretty heavy in both directions. A little bit more on the downside, but generally speaking, that's because there's a lot of support in that range. So we'll talk about that here in a minute. But again, if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Thanks for watching. I do have a Trading Academy community and signals group down below if you're curious. Check that out. Of course, it's been a pretty awesome experience. Congrats to our community members for some nice profits here on, what was it, Filecoin we took yesterday. It was a nice trade. Take a look here, of course, at Fetch. What we want to do is a couple of things. First and foremost, look at the simple moving averages and verify that we're still below the 20-day SMA. We talked about this yesterday being not a great thing. It doesn't necessarily mean that we are in dire straits by any stretch, or that we've even broken bearish. It just implies that we're below some key level resistances, such as this point of control here at this 0.5 level at roughly about $2.63. Furthermore, when you're below the 20-day SMA, it just kind of gives you an idea to like, hey, pump the brakes, calm down. We can't just go long and hard all the time because this may not just shoot to the moon. It'll probably break through that tomorrow, don't get me wrong. That's just generally how it works, but it's not necessarily a resistance, more so just a mindset here that we got to kind of calibrate and recognize that, there is retracement in place here. Money flow index coming down pretty hard. I don't love to see that with low MFI and the RSI kind of maintaining itself. That can be somewhat of a bearish time, but truth is it's not that bad, honestly, considering how well this levels, how well we've held this lower level here, this $2.40 range. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days out of the last 8, or 7 out of the last 9, effectively, holding that level. Keep in mind, the more often you test a support level, the more likely it is to break too, right? So there's that as well, but support will be support until it isn't. So if we break below that level, I would say it's pretty solid consideration for a short, just because there's tremendous amount of no volume here. There's literally a lot of nothing. And at that point, not really something you want to trade into. Take a look here at the MACD. We can see, stochastic is swinging up. That's pretty standard. Rejected off of 50 on the RSI, running fairly concurrent with the 20-day SMA on the 4-hour. We look at all the moving averages. We're below all of them, minus the 200. It's very common in situations like this when coins shoot up and go sideways for a while. So generally, when you see that, it's not a great sign. I've noticed that when that occurs, the price action can plateau and inevitably fizzle out if Bitcoin continues to drop. I would say if Bitcoin drops hard, we will see us lose our support. Bitcoin can stabilize, probably a good chance we're going to see this continue. And again, the MACD is telling us that we are shifting momentum here and that further upside could be a possibility. Now, I do want to emphasize the fact that we got some resistance above us. And if we take a look here at the current level here, we can see this guy right here. We want to close above that $2.55 range. Okay, so that to me is an area that we want to get above, because in order to break the descending trend, I mean, obviously we've broken the descending trend to an extent, right? You can see the price action has continued to break that lower high pattern. We have to establish higher lows and or higher highs, okay? And we don't see that just yet. We're tentatively forming a higher low, right? But that hasn't formed yet fully. So to me personally, getting above that level would be a very, very important level for us, or indication that we are doing well. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of leave this on the chart here again. You have a descending trend, you have a range-bound activity, and then you have essentially an ascending trend that is establishing higher highs and higher lows. That's how we break this trend, and we're not quite there yet, but we're getting close. 1 hour time frame, quickly to note, we can double check the Ichimoku cloud. This is also a confirming factor that we need to be above that level here, this $2.55 range, in order to have any luck. Okay, that won't probably come for another 24 hours or so, folks. Even if the price does one of these, you don't take trades to the upside until you have that confirmation. Okay, that's just me personally. Again, some people will risk it and they'll get in right now and be like, oh, we got some bullish confirmations, and the price comes up here and rejects hard and comes down. The cloud is very, very good about holding the price action in place until you break through it. Okay, and oftentimes the cloud runs concurrent with moving averages or key level supports and resistances, which we're seeing right now. So me personally, I think waiting a little bit longer would be appropriate. I know it's not what you want to hear. You want some guy up here to to have his sunglasses on, his techno music in the background with some flashing lights, telling you that we're going to go to the moon tomorrow. That's just not who I am. That's just not what I do. And truth is, the charts are not telling us exactly that we want to continue higher just yet until we break through this more recent resistance level. So just be patient, folks. Trust me on this. You should be looking for reasons to not take a trade versus just forcing a trade. because nothing, things rarely turn good if you take trades just based on emotion or feel or just like, the overall pump, right? It'll work a few times until it doesn't, and then you really recognize that, oops, I doubled down, I made a big mistake. Never do that. Trade the same amount every single time. Anyways, those are all things I teach in my Trading Academy community, Signals group. Check it out. Link down below for that if you're curious. I hope you can learn something again moving forward. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Deeply appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one.